Hello everybody, Uncreative Reader here. We're here with another RPG horror stories. You know, every day getting better and better at doing this thing, but hey, here we go again. This time, it's a short one, but it's gonna be about a DM who made, who introduced all his characters through, the pornography. Anyways, let's hope YouTube doesn't demonetize that. Here we go. Years ago, I transitioned away from D&D and discovered Champions 4th Edition. I searched for a group and found this GM who seemed really knowledgeable and friendly. His group was equally welcoming, and I had an idea for a character inspired by the villain in T2 and Wolverine. I was happy the system could create anything I imagined. However, things changed during the first adventure. We have arrived in New Orleans and uncovered some mystical mystery. The powerful vampire invited us in, and I asked for a description of the character. What I received instead was a picture from Playgirl magazine. The dude was fully erect and lounging on the couch. Within hours, the GM introduced each and every NPC with naked pictures of men and women, sometimes in mid-act. I realized that day I did not like my superhero gaming mixed with sex. It only took me 3 more games to quit the group. I just love my character, but I was psychologically damaged with that group. That's it? Jeez. That was a short one. Obviously we have time to fit in another one, but like, 3 games? Like, why would you stay for 3? I know you liked your character, but it's not like they die when you leave. You could just always write a happy ending for yourself. Oh gosh, I just realized happy ending has 2 meanings. Anyways, let's go to a different story, shall we? This is about a player who wants to be a king. Let's see how this ended up in RPG horror stories. This one is really short horror story. We were playing an online game and we had one player whose character was named The King, and he lasted all of 10 minutes. And the week after the session 0, he kept joking about his hilarious character concept and would not stop laughing about it. The day of the session 1 comes, we all meet in the tavern and an exchange goes like this. The King. Player can barely contain his laughter. Greetings, subjects. The King. We keep introducing ourselves and the King player gets annoyed and says, "Didn't you hear me? Show some respect to your liege. Fighter, you're not our king. You're not even a king of this land. The guy on this coin is. In fact, you're not even the same species as the king." The king player character the king's player then blows up at all of us, called us metagamers, saying our character should think his character is king because his name made it sound like he was. He then left the con. We never heard of him again. So yeah. See, I feel like that could have been actually funny if you proceeded not to say put respect to your liege and acted like it was natural and that it was a common mistake. But hey, I'm not a comedian. My friend Pineapple is. And he's probably gonna comment on me saying that. So, man, we're getting short ones. Let's try finding another one, shall we? This one seems interesting. By the way, just to point out, I have tons of these that I gotta read on my to-do list. They're over 110 days old, which means I have waited 110 days to read these, and some of these are really long. So, here we go. This is another short one. I'm just gonna finish it off with another short one. After 15 years of DMing, I think I'm done playing D&D. Best DMing for 15 years, and I think I just played my last session of D&D. I just don't want to do it anymore. Built a world and no one remembers any details, and a puzzle that no one even tries. It might seem minor, but this last session frustrated me more than it should have. Players walk into a room, huge, obvious MacGuffin in the room. Only detail provided is a bunch of books. A bunch of books are also in the room. No one explores, no one tries to read a single book. I like to examine the bookcases, literally all they had to do, and get the knowledge they needed for the knowledge puzzle. could have also examined the floor or climbed a staircase, but that was less obvious. But no one bothers to do any of that. I end up trying to change the encounter last minute to prevent a party wipe because they didn't get the piece of information they needed. Whole encounter ends up being clunky and bad because of it. It's a consistent thing. I don't want to DM if I have to hand feed every detail to the players. I also don't want to do nothing but create simple combat encounters, so I'm gonna take a week and think this through. I think it's just I don't want to play anymore. Sucks. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna need you not to be offended. This sounds like a you. No, I'm joking. You could have easily fixed this with new players, or you know, you're saying your side of the story. There's always two sides of the story, so I would like to hear your players because it's really like you're talking down to them. It's kind of condescending, and as a DM, you shouldn't do that unless they really earns it. But like you gave us no detail about them, nothing. You just literally told us your story. And you say it was clunky event, so it means that they did do something. Maybe they failed the puzzle or something. But to force the player to do something you want, you would be railroading them, which is then not as fun. But hey, I'm not a DM. I'm training to be a DM, aka I'm homebrewing something of my own currently. But I've been mostly a player for the last 2 years, so I'm not the most experienced. I'm not gonna put my input. Well, I said I've been a DM. I've been co-DMs for D&D. Ah, man, not the issue. This has been r/RPG Horror Stories with Uncreative Reader. If you enjoyed this video and want to help me out, please leave a like. And if you want to see more videos by me, then please do consider subscribing for more content.